In this video, I'm going to show you how to find your perfect no recoil sensitivity. Super accurate, like best flick. This will be your best sensitivity ever. I promise you, this guide will make you better. You're going to shoot so much straighter, more accurate. Everything about it, about your aim is going to be better if you follow these steps. So firstly, we want to come over to the third section of the shooting range, and I'm going to show you the settings you want to put on. You want to put on 30 seconds. The time doesn't really matter here. You want to do the big ball, one target on sprint at near. Infinite ammo magazine, that also does not matter. If you run these settings, you can find your perfect hip fire sense. So I'm going to apply those, and I'm going to open up to my settings. So on my main account, I'm playing on Smurf account right now because I want to re-go through the whole process and explain to you how it works. But on my main account, I have everything set up, but this is how I found my sensitivity on my main account. So first of all, really important is find a good FOV. I play on 90. I know at the start of the season I played on 75 because it just felt better with Acog. But after doing this guide, any FOV will feel really good to you. You just have to decide on it at the start. It's super important. Whether you want to place 80, 85, whatever you want to do. I don't recommend below 75, but it's up to you. You can run that if you want to. Yeah, so step one, decide your FOV. Step two, come over here and fix your dead zones. I was playing on super high dead zones in the 1.5 meta just because the way it works, like, it was really reactive. Like, I don't know, it was too touchy for me in the 1.5 meta. But with an ACOG, my movement feels a lot more responsive. So I just turned down my dead zones again. You don't need high dead zones anymore. You can still run them if you want to, but I was running 40 dead zones. I'm down to 10 now. I did tighten my sticks, so it's like harder to move. I don't really know how to explain it, but I am playing on medium stick tightness now, I believe. But I'll go over all that in a second. So what you want to do is you could set your vertical to 0. Okay, we're gonna completely restart, or to 1, I guess. I'm going to completely refine my sensitivity. So I'm going to start at 100, and I'm going to, oh my gosh, this is fast. Wait, I can't. And I'm going to just try to hip fire the ball and keep it in the center of my crosshair. So as you can see, I'm doing an okay job, but I'm flicking a little too fast. Like it's hard to like keep the ball at the center of the screen. This is me trying my best. So that is a sensitivity that's too fast for me. It might work for you, but for me personally, it doesn't. So I'm going to switch it to 65. Now that is a little bit easier to do, but I'm still kind of going ahead of it. And for me personally, my perfect number is 50. Now this might be different for everybody, but for me personally, I love 50. So as you can see, I'm tracking it. I'm keeping up speed with it the whole time pretty much. And it doesn't really leave the center of my reticle. Once you have that figured out, the 50, you're going to write that down. So I would write down 50 on a notepad in my phone, whatever. You're going to write it down. The next step to finding your perfect hip fire sensitivity is to do a 180. Now, as you can see, it is really slow on 50. Like, you can't really 180 fast. And that's fine because it does not matter. I can help you 180 super quickly just by doing this. So you're going to go to your options and you're going to go to your horizontal sensitivity. You're going to turn it up to whatever you want. So me personally, I like it on 70. So if I 180 on 70, I'm pretty much 180 perfect every time. Like sure, I'm not like 180 fully. Like I'll miss here and there, but I'm pretty damn close every single time. Now that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a quick and easy 180 that isn't exactly perfect, but you're in the right general direction. So after a couple of reps, I'm doing better and I'm doing worse, but this is ideal. You can spin around pretty fast. So once you have those two figured out, this is when you're going to use your advanced settings. So my two numbers are 70 and 50 from earlier. I'm going to turn my horizontal back to 50, the previous one, and I'm going to go down to my advanced control options. Then when you enable them, you're going to change your horizontal look acceleration here. So 70 minus 50 is 20. So you're going to do whatever your numbers are. Your big one, but minus your small one. Okay. You're going to divide your whatever the result is, minus 20 by the small one. So minus 20 divided by 50. And I get 0.4. So that means I want to turn my horizontal look acceleration to 40. So basically what that means is when I spin around, I'm going to be 40% faster. So you could see I could still do my 180s. And it looks like I'm on 70 sensitivity. But when you go in, I'm playing on 50. So I have super good small movement, small, like, my tracking is still really good, but I can still flick around pretty fast. Now, once you have that figured out, we're going to want to figure out our ADS sensitivities. So right now, I'm currently playing on 35 ADS sensitivity. So this is too slow for me because like I changed my to 50 on my main. So this is what I'm playing on right now. But the way you're gonna find yours is you're gonna change the options. You're gonna do you're going to do 30 on big ball on one target again, sprint, but instead of near, you're going to do medium. Now the reason for this is if you're on Acog, you're going to win every long range gunfight with a 1x. If you are on 1x, you're going to win every close range gunfight on Acog for the most part. So the difference is the medium gunfights. You want to win the medium gunfights on Acog because that'll put you in an advantage. You win the medium and the long range. You'll probably lose the close range, but if you're winning 2 out of 3, that's pretty good. So you put it on medium. Oh, click begin. And you're just going to track the ball. Same thing as before. So obviously I'm vertically, I'm not the same, but it doesn't matter. You just want to track the horizontal. As you can see, I'm staying consistently with the ball. Like my scope is moving at the same speed. Sure, it's not exactly perfect, but it's moving pretty well. Now, once you have a sensitivity that you like, you're going to stop this. So once you have that sensitivity, once again, we're going to find another faster sensitivity that we can flick with. The way you do this is you're going to put on these settings. You're going to do 30 big ball, 4 targets on idle at, once again, medium distance. So for me personally, when I'm flicking, I like to play on 75 sensitivity. It's significantly faster than my 50 sensitivity, but it's still probably slower than some people's flicking sensitivities. But this, you're going to have to play around with for a little bit. It's going to be hard to find, but once you do, you're going to feel really good. So, like I said, do not worry about the vertical. I will show you how to find your vertical in a minute. You're purely worried about your horizontal. So here, we're right here. I flick to here, flick. My flicks are feeling pretty good. Now if I flick down to here, I'm gonna just flick to the left. That's feeling all right. I overflicked a little bit. But like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to find a sensitivity that you can flick fast with. It should be definitely faster than your tracking one. But as you can see, at least horizontally, my flicks are pretty accurate. Now, just like before, we're going to go down to our advanced settings and we're going to tweak these. Okay, once we're in our advanced settings, this is what you're going to do to find your ADS horizontal look percent. So you're going to take your fast number again, right? And then you're going to subtract your slow number. So mine was 75 and 50. So that gives me 25. 25 divided by 50 is 0.5. In other words, it's 50% faster when I want to flick. So just like before, I'm going to turn this number up to 50. And I should have two advanced settings now. Horizontal look percent and ADS horizontal look percent. So once you do that, you're going to turn this back down to whatever your slower number was. 50 for me. So we are pretty much done. We're halfway there. This is the hard part to figure out. We know what is good for us in terms of horizontal sensitivity. Now, that is the most important part. That is how you track people, how you shoot people. But vertical is, yes, it's important for your recoil and stuff, but this is what you need to focus on first. This is why I had mine on, I had my vertical sensitivity on 1, because this is not important until now. Once you have the horizontals figured out, you're going to go over to the first zone and you want to shoot at this bullseye. So obviously my sense is super slow vertically. It is struggling to go up and down. So I'm going to try to control recoil now. Now, this is when you can turn up your vertical. I'm going to turn mine up. So I know what I like. I play on 35, but I'm going to show you an example of what something that's not great would look like. So I'm playing on 50 right now. So my horizontal and my vertical is the same. So this is what it looks like when I'm trying to control recoil. You can see I'm pulling down too much. That's basically, I'm just used to pulling down this amount on a slower sensitivity. So if you're pulling down too much, obviously you want to turn your sense down to, let's say, 40. Oh, that's better, but I'm still pulling down too much. So then let's make a smaller change to 35. And then we clear these real quick. That's looking a little bit better. Oh, but I did go up a little bit. So maybe let's try 37. And that's looking pretty good. Once you get your recoil pretty decently good, you've pretty much found your perfect sensitivity. So I'm going to go back into here and then I'm going to show you your last two settings you need to find. So for your horizontal look percent, or your vertical look percent, sorry. This is really, it's pretty weird, but I don't know, for some reason it works perfectly for me. All right, so to find your vertical look percent, vertical look acceleration percent, it's really easy. You're going to divide your horizontal by your vertical. So 50 divided by 37. Now I get 1.35. So you're going to take that number and you're going to multiply it by your horizontal look acceleration percent. So 1.35 times 40, and that gives me about 54. So I'm going to put this on 54. And that's super simple. Same thing. You're going to do up here at the top, you're going to do 50 divided by 37 once again, and I get 1.35, the same number as before. If you multiply that also by 50, I get 67.5. So I'm going to set my ADS vertical acceleration percent to 65, or 67, sorry. So once I have that done, I pretty much have my sensitivity figured out. The only thing you need now is your delays and your ramp up times. So this is person dependent, but as a baseline, I'm currently running this 0.1 and 0.25 on my main account. So if you run this, it might not be perfect for you, but it's a good baseline to start out. So basically what this means is it just makes it a smoother transition. So as you can see, I can still move pretty accurately. When I start spinning, I'm going to spin not super fast, but decently fast. So with this, I have pretty much a no recoil sensitivity, but at the same time, if you come over to this one, you turn on the options. We're going to try the flicking test first. You can also flick pretty well. Now I'm going to shoot this, put it back on sprint, put it back on one target from a medium distance, and let's try our tracking. So you're just going to follow it. And you can see my tracking is pretty accurate, while at the same time, as I showed you before, I have pretty good flicking speed as well. Now, if you follow this guide exactly as I showed you, you too can also have a really smooth and consistent sensitivity that you can flick on. I genuinely think this will make your aim so much better because too many people I know right now, they focus on either having really good tracking or really good flicking. But with this, you can literally have both. You can have the best of both worlds. You can shoot really straight. You can have really good recoil. You could do all sorts of everything. if you are struggling with your aim or your buddies are struggling with their aim, recommend this video. This video will make them better. Let me know what else you want to see. All right, real quick. This is for those of y'all who think I'm Zen. I don't really have a hand cam, so I have no other way to prove it. But right at the top, you can see I have that controller battery emoji, which just basically means I'm not playing with a wired controller, so I'm not a Cronus, I'm not a Zen. And yeah, so this is me. I'm shooting my gun, no control again, and then me controlling it. Walk in. My shots aren't great. It's literally my first one, so I have to excuse that, but yeah. I get people asking me all the time if I'm Cronus or not. I'm not Cronus, I just play the game way too much. And yeah. If you want good aim settings like this, I mean, watch the videos I post. I post tutorials. I show my sensitivity in literally every video. I think I have some of the best settings on the controller. So yeah, if you want to copy something, please give my settings a shot. Let me know what you think. But yeah, and I'm just gonna let it go again. This is me complete. I just use my thumbs, no mouse and keyboard, no Cronus. I think that's enough. But yeah, I play at 90 FOV. These are my settings. I only use 1.0 and 2.5, so don't excuse other ones that are kind of messy. They're not good. These are my advanced settings. I highly recommend if you're going to play my sensitivity, play with the advanced settings. They make it so that it's easier to flick. You're way more consistent. I can show my elite controller settings now and my graphic settings. So this is my left stick. I play delayed on the middle on axis independent. I play in the medium stick tension for my left stick with the normal stick, like the normal short little stick it comes with, the default one with the short control freak. And on my right stick, I play delayed in the middle. It should be on axis independent. I play tall stick with another short control freak. Those are my triggers, 0 and 100, 0 and 75. I play with 0 vibration. That's my color. I run 24 bits per pixel or 8-bit on PC RGB at 1080p on 120 Hertz. In color filters, I run the red and green deuteranopia correction type on max intensity and max color boost. That's how I get my game to look the way it is and how, yeah.